Ronson. I'm co-editor of the UK Column, which is an alternative media outlet. Why are we here? We're here because the way things are going at the moment, we need to get more and more people actually doing things. So we're doing as much as we can, and we want to encourage some people to get more involved than they are at the moment, and that's why we're here.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
My name's Dawn Taylor. I'm here basically because I believe in what's happening today. I believe that people should be able to make a stand, be able to speak their truth, be able to listen to what's going on from people that are there in the forefront, in the front line, gathering information, doing their investigations. It takes a lot of courage, and it's amazing how many people have turned out today, and we shall follow up as best we can in helping people move forward, help the people move forward in truth, in justice, and to get our liberation and freedom back to how it should be. But us all to be sovereign in our own right, as we know we are.
Thank you very much.
My name is Rev Phil. I'm here today because what is about to happen in this country is so open. Everybody's been told by the authorities, but there is certain ways of saying things. Agenda 21 is rolling out big time. From the 1st of November, we've been seeing things that are happening over the years. Interpol is in London. They've been there for quite some time with their office, but they're actually patrolling the streets of London. We know this, but people ignore it because nobody's told them. What we need to do and what is happening here is informing people of the atrocities that's going on in this country right under your noses. You have no idea what is going on in this country, and this is what's going to actually get the word out so as people know. We need people to be informed as to what this government, what the authorities are doing, what the police are doing. We need for that information to get out. We need people in authority who know what's going on to do something from within, and this is what's going to happen here today, and that's why I'm here today. And if anything that I can do to help, then I'm here to do it.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks very much. I hope that helps.
Right, my name's Lance. I'm here today at this talk, which I've helped to organise, because in November the British Parliament ceases to be effective. We effectively become slaves of Europe. We lose all our laws, all our rights, all our freedoms. We're going to have armed foreign police on this country, patrolling us, controlling our police. We have diplomatic immunity and they cannot be stopped. 100% of our law is changing. We will not have our law. We're going to go into the Napoleonic law that Europe has, where you have no rights other than those rights which are allotted to you by the state. And the state can take those rights away at any time. We're reintroducing the death penalty. Police can shoot you if you run away from them. And if you criticise the state, it's a crime. And if you want to rebel against the state, then you have the death penalty. Every single thing that we know and love in this country that makes us free is going in November. We have criminals masquerading as a government in Parliament. They're working for bankers and the international elite, and they've sold us out. The judiciary is corrupted by them, and we cannot get the police to do their job. We need the police to do their job to protect us, because all our natural born rights, which are guaranteed and protected by the British Constitution, Magna Carta, the Bill of Rights, the Confirmation of Rights, these are our guarantees of freedom, because what they do is they restrain government from tyranny. In November, that is all gone, and we will become slaves of the European state.
This is the Treaty of Nice.
This is the Treaty of Nice, which has been partly ratified. We've lost some areas of control in this country. In November we lose 43 of the most important areas of self-governance, and Parliament ceases to be effective in November. You've been sold into slavery and you don't know it.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So if you'd like to introduce yourself,
Hi, I'm Jane.
and if you could just let us know what today means to you and why you're here.
Today means to me empowerment of myself, that I have the tools and the education to change what is going on around me, to become active, to inform others, and then collectively we can all hopefully make a difference.
Thank you very much indeed.
Well, my name's David Robinson, and today means, to me, it's an important day today to inform people about November the 1st and the ensuing oncoming dictatorship that is going to ensue in Britain after that date. I mean, we've already got the European Union taking over this country by stealth. We can see that with certain groups, regulatory bodies like Ofwat and Ofgem. You know, we can see how this is insidiously and continuously been creeping into our way of life for the past 41 years. And it's high time we stop this happening. So we're asking people to stand up, support Lawful Rebellion, support the Barons petition, who petitioned the Queen, and to defend the Constitution by doing this. It's the only way we're going to keep the Constitution and the common law alive.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So my name's Glenn Tucker. I'm quite an active member of the Glastonbury community. We run the Positive Living Group, and also I am very interested in, I'm actually a UKIP member as well. I stood as county councillor for the last elections. Although, you know, politics I find quite irritating. I've followed the UK column for, must be 3 years at least. I totally agree with the concepts. I think we're just being taken for a ride, and I'm just here to support the group, to learn all I can about how we can make changes, because I think we drastically need change. All three parties at the moment are just one and the same. They're introducing legislation which is actually dictatorial, and you know, we've lost our democracy. So I am really looking forward to ways to actually change the situation dramatically.
Thank you very much.
My name's Paul Edgar. I'm from a village called Saltford, which is halfway between Bristol and Bath. I'm here today to make sure that the voice of the people that care about what is happening to our country and to the peoples of the world, are fully informed and educated as to what exactly is going on, so that the people at this meeting can then go out and tell other people, and we can spread this like wildfire and put an end to this situation.
Thank you very much.
I heard about this only a few days ago. I've been out of the country for a few months, so this came as a complete shock that we've been sold out. And nobody really knows anything about it. They don't know that their freedom is being eroded, they're going to be microchipped and coded, and God knows what else is going on. So when I was told about this, and I heard that some of the speakers were coming, and I know they're ethical people that have got the heart of the nation actually in their heart, and the heart of the people, I knew I needed to be here.
Thank you very much indeed.
Since I'm in Glastonbury, I thought it was only appropriate to come dressed. So I'm equipped. I've got my joss sticks and my flip-flops, and I've got a few flowers on, and my glasses. That's it.
Good afternoon. If you'd just like to introduce yourselves and to let the people watching know what today means for you and why you're here.
This is Colleen.
Hello, this is Prajna.
Hello. Well, this is good because lots of people are coming along to find out what's going to happen to them in November, and a great number of things are going to change in November because they're changing the whole legal system that we've been used to and taking for granted, and all the things that we think make up justice, like jury trials and things like that, are all going out the window, and nobody's even noticed in the process. So it's very important that all these people are coming together and finding out.
So what's special about the 1st of November? This will be the Treaty of Nice, yes?
This is when the the Queen signs Part 7 of the Treaty of Nice. She signed the other 6 parts, but Part 7 is the one that finally hands over all our government to Europe, allows Interpol to come in and allows basically absolute chaos to be wreaked on the system, especially anyone who's a bit of an agitator, or they're just going to get rounded up. All the law will be in place to decide that.
Well, it's not law. This is the thing. This is one of the key issues about what's happening.
Thank you.
Carry on. Sorry. Oh, we've got a thing. Done a thing.
We've created a blockage.
Yeah,
but do go on, we need done.
One of the key things that's happening in November is that basically it boils down to there will be no sovereignty left on British soil or any other European Union member state.
Sovereign power will have been passed to Brussels.
Exactly, everything will be centralised in Brussels. The system of law that we enjoy or have in this country today is a system of common law. Common law has precedence over statute. And this is one of the fundamental guarantees of our freedoms and liberties, that we have a common law system. That is gone completely come November. Now at the moment, and for several years now, many people in positions of power have been trying to tell us that statute law and legislation supersedes common law, which is an absolute crock. Come November, those people will be right. You will have no more right to a trial by jury. Any of your actions that you want to take at the moment in this country, if it is not expressly prohibited by law, then you are free to do it. Under Roman law, which is what we'll be going to with the European Union, if it is not expressly permitted, then you're not allowed to do it. So it's a complete reversal.
Here you can do
and a reversal of the guilty and innocent as well.
Exactly.
Here at the moment, you can do anything you like as long as there's not a law prohibiting it.
Yeah.
The difference with Napoleonic law is that you're not permitted to do anything unless there's a law that requires you to do it. And this is the same way that associations and institutions and so on. This applies at the moment.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, no, you can't do this on the steps. I've already explained this to you.
We can't do anything on the steps.
You can't do anything on the stairs because
Today means everything to me because I see this as a possible solution. And I was just saying to my friend Viv that I would have actually walked here because it means that much to me. We've got excellent speakers today. John Hurst is one I'm really looking forward to meet because of the situation with the Magna Carta Society.
Okay. Did you have a comment at all?
My only comment is that millions of people need to stand in lawful rebellion and learn the common law.
Couldn't agree with you more. Thank you very much, ladies.
Oh, thank you. Is that all right?
My name's Eddie. Today in Glastonbury is an important meeting, in my opinion, very important meeting at the Assembly Rooms. It's a Lawful Rebellion meeting. To me, that means, well, I've become aware of a deadline approaching November the 1st, 2014, where apparently, with my understanding, the Magna Carta common law is going to get superseded by EU laws, and potentially that's not a good situation because I don't feel like my human rights are going to be as safeguarded as they were under common law. Also, my understanding is that there is a clause in Magna Carta, clause 61, which said that if a monarch tries to give away powers to foreign powers, then she's committing treason, and there's a procedure to go about things if that happens, and that involves 25 barons signing a petition, which is what they've done in 2000, I believe. Well, I've read a Daily Telegraph article about it, which is online, that describes that I think 25 barons, maybe more, have signed a petition because they were concerned about the Treaty of Nice going through Parliament at the time, which was giving our powers away to the EU. So the barons presented this petition to the Queen at Buckingham Palace through the Queen's private secretary, who accepted the petition. And the barons gave the monarch, the Queen, 40 days to respond, which apparently she hasn't done. So in effect they've carried out the procedure of Article 61 of Magna Carta, which says that the barons are going to uphold the Magna Carta in place of the monarch and the common law, and until the situation is remedied, invoking lawful rebellion. So I've come along today to find out more about it. I feel this is a very important, probably the most important issue at the moment, and come to find out more about it and to support it. And,
thank you very much, Ed.
Cheers.
Sandy Adams, and I run a kind of cooperative pub, and it's essentially a music pub and a community hub, and it's become a really lovely place where people gather and have fun, but also there's been a growing interest in constitutional law in the town, and we've found that we're beginning to get people who are asking lots of questions and who are beginning to really get together, and they can see that there's something horribly wrong with our parliament, our leaders, our whoever who is running the show, and that things are not quite right. And so this interest in constitutional law has grown, and the pub has become now a meeting place, and we're holding meetings, and people are gathering. It's the King Arthur in Benedict Street. Well, my interest in the Magna Carta, as far as dealing with what's going on at the moment, is Article 61, and we're holding a meeting in the town today. The British Constitution Group and various other members are coming out, Brian Garish, and we're meeting to really discuss what is happening, at the moment, and the fact that on November the 1st we lose our constitutional rights in England, and various things that affect that. It's basically will be ruled by European Napoleonic law, which means, to some people it doesn't mean a thing, but if they come to the meeting they'll understand why. I can't really go into all of it now, but it will affect every single one of us in a detrimental way if we allow the Nice Treaty to go through on the 1st of November.
So this is a very well kept subject of national importance.
Yes, you won't hear any of it in the mainstream media.
No,
None at all.
of course not.
None at all. And what happened in 2000, I think it was either 2000, 2001, 25 barons petitioned the Queen because she's handing over Britain to a foreign power, which she promised she would not do at her coronation, and she's doing it, and they petitioned her and asked her not to do it. She went ahead. So the whole thing about our meeting is that we have to gather together and work alongside the barons to try and stop this treaty being signed on November the 1st.
Mm-hmm. And the provisions of the treaty will evoke what is generally known as lawful rebellion.
Yes, exactly. If you sign your allegiance to the barons, you are in lawful rebellion, and it's a peaceful, lawful dissent rebellion.
Provided for in the Magna Carta.
Provided for in the Magna Carta, and that this was always provided for the people, because the people are sovereign. The Crown serve the people. They don't, and it's become the other way round. If we are governed by EU law, we lose our rights as sovereign people, and the Queen is treasonous actually in allowing that to happen. So we are committing treason if we go along with it. If we stand in lawful rebellion.
There is a duty to take up the lawful rebellion.
There is indeed a duty to take up the lawful rebellion.
We're running a bit short on time. What I wanted to do is to explain to you how I used the lawful rebellion process to stop an arrest warrant, court summons, and any further action against me by using due process of law. Now, first of all, I want to say that all these people that are doing the private prosecutions is fine, but really you should be doing that while standing in lawful rebellion. You have more protection under the Constitution than you do contracting to these courts, which aren't courts of law. They're private corporate enterprises, and they will run roughshod over you, which we're seeing all the time. Now, you can do it in lawful rebellion under duress of circumstances, I mean, Michael Doherty is doing a fantastic job, as are other people doing it by the prosecutions, like Guy Taylor and stuff, and challenging the system. But, you know, there's no reason why they can't do it in lawful rebellion. There's no reason why they can't send their oaths to the barons and have the protection of the Constitution while they do it. And that's just one point I want to make. Now, I went, in 2010, I went around the long road, because I was quite new to waking up to all this, and I decided it was my moral duty not to support terrorism, treason, war crimes, and all the other stuff that the government committed. So I went down the long way. I wanted to have some proof that I was standing in lawful rebellion, so I sent my an affidavit to the Queen, back in Palace, to the Office of Sovereign, and 40 days later I withdrew my consent. Now, I further went on to deregister my private conveyance or a truck with the DVLA, all through lawful notices. I stayed in on them all the time, ended up with a stop and notice on them, ending in the matter, because they weren't even going to discuss it with me. I then went on to serve a notice of obligation to the police, to a local chief inspector of roads traffic policing, telling him what I was doing, how I was standing, to give him a chance to object to my standing. We went through quite a lot of, he sent me a lot of letters, I sent a lot of notices, ended up, I got arrested. Okay, after about 5 months, okay, the Devizes police, sort of from Devizes, they'd follow me around the town, I'd follow them around town, they wouldn't touch me, right? But the Chippenham police at one time pulled me because I had my own private identification plates on, and so they pulled me. Now, I got dragged up, I wouldn't contract, I wouldn't give them closure by giving them my address, or I gave them the name it's commonly known as, and so I was arrested, and banged up with a knife, and then dragged in front of the magistrates the next day, where I stood under duress, with lawful excuse, and to cut a long story short, I accepted unconditional bail under duress, so I could gather my defence after informing the magistrate that I have absolute evidence of treason being committed in this country. So I was I was let go. It took me quite a long time to get my vehicle back from the pound, after spending a lot of the money on their ransom. But I got it back, and I decided there was so much corruption going on. I haven't told you half of this because we're running out short on time, but they forged a signature with a solicitor to get me to contract, had no solicitor, and various other things denied me all my evidence, video evidence, and other evidence. Wouldn't let me have my paperwork in court, all the notices and the stuff that I served on the DVLA and the police. And so I decided to get out of the area. I had a bit of intimidation from the Wiltshire police as well, so I decided it was time to move, and I moved up to Yorkshire. Now, I entered into a period of about 18 months of apathy. I thought, this is pointless, I'm getting nowhere. You know, it's just corruption on corruption, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I just let it all go for about 18 months. And then some of the freemen, friends of mine, gave me a bit of a kick up the arse, which I'm actually grateful for them doing, because I was being a bit lazy. And I formulated a rather large document, which was an affidavit of truth and 5 notices in one document, so I could put the whole matter together. The fact that I was in lawful rebellion and it was lawful, the fact that treason is being committed and has been committed. In fact, treason has been committed in this country since 1911, so we've been in treason for 103 years, and most people don't even know this. I won't go into the 1911 Parliament Act, but basically it diluted the law prerogative so that the Queen couldn't withhold an unlawful law without the aid of a government minister. Well, that's treasonous, okay? So what happened then was I sent this notice to the alleged court and demanding remedy, because I'm not getting remedy. I'm demanding a properly convened court de jure with a jury to hear the matter. And they wouldn't allow that. They still haven't allowed that today. And so I sent them notices of non-jurisdiction, some quite hefty notices, telling them to cease and desist, to stop all the harassment. They have no jurisdiction because they're acting ultra-virus and in a quisling capacity, so they are aiding and abetting a foreign governance over our country. Right? To cut a long story short, to say, I ended up serving notices of misprision of treason on all and sundry, Chief Inspector, Court Manager and Legal Advisor, and also I went after the Attorney General, the ex-Attorney General now actually. And what happened was, after a couple more rebuttal notices, they left me alone. I got nothing more back, because anyone that was going to take me on then, after being served the evidence of the treason that's being committed, was going to have to commit high treason to come after me. And no one wants to do that. So that's very basically what I've done, and very basically how the process worked for me. Well, you can say it worked, but we've still got these people in power. We've still got these people in power rather than in service. So I didn't really get a decent result. Yes, well, it's still open. They tried to take the monies from my entitlements, my disability benefits, not benefits, and I wouldn't contract with Atos after they, sent out these forms to reassess people. And I did this so that I lost my entitlements so that I could keep the matter open. Right, so the matter is still open. I'm now sort of writing to some of the barons, because under Article 52 of Magna Carta, I have a right for them to give me redress. I don't know how. I'm going to have to talk a little bit with John about this after the event, because I was on the understanding that the barons convene the grand jury of the People's Court. Now, I'm still learning as I'm going along, but this is what I found was they're in fear. They don't want any. They're not going to put their names to treason. They're the ones that are in fear, and this is what I kind of proved to myself. And by my process, I hope that I've kind of proved this to other people. Basically, that's what I wanted to say, and so I'm going to pass over the mic to my honourable friend, Matt.
I only want 5 minutes of your time. The first thing I want to say is November is checkmate. We're finished in November. We're being handed over to Europe. We've got Europol, we've got UN troops, there's all sorts. All property rights go, all legal, lawful rights go, children become property of the state. November is checkmate. What we're running in Glastonbury at the moment, excuse me, is we've created a little program of informing and educating. And we've created a DVD with half a dozen folders on it, each targeting specific groups within the community, the police, the council, the estate agents, lawyers, churchmen. And on these folders there are YouTube videos dedicated precisely to the area of interest for each particular group. So for the churchmen it's the loss of religion, the changing the Bible, the New Ten Commandments, the Georgia Guidestones. And there are ministers and parsons doing these YouTubes. So that will speak directly to the churchmen in this instance, by people of their own time saying the things that we are saying. We've been running this little program, informing and educating these particular groups. We've got a police representative here, we've got a council representative. I don't know about estate agents, lawyers and so on, or churchmen, but they've been given individual DVDs tailored to their particular interest and their livelihood. Second thing is, any 10 parishioners can demand the council to hold a referendum. They must hold it, they must pay for it. When you get that referendum up and running, you can educate the people in the local community with lawful rebellion, treason, and specifically Agenda 21. If there's anybody here who does not doubt, who does doubt that depopulation is the program, 95% human population reduction, turned it into mega rises. They're building 2 of them in Liverpool right now, Liverpool Waters, Wirral Waters. They're building towers 50 stories high with 23,000 apartments in them. That's being built by Peel Group, used to be called Peel Holdings. They're in league with Circle and they run the port authorities. This country is 60% import dependent for our food. They've got rid of agriculture, got rid of fishing, the technological infrastructure is gone. They've got rid of the pedigree herbs with a virus which came out of government brought them down. And we've now got an MP calling to cull the herbs to curb TB. We are going to be starved to death. Now, if you look at that Nazi document produced in 1942, the plan is an operation. So I want you to take your DVD, go back to where you came from, and start to build on. Form, educate, police council, because they're going to get depopulated just like us. So, DVD on the table. Sorry about this.
A lot of us who've been following involved in this get quite emotional about it because we really see that we so care about you guys and we really care about the children of this country and children of the whole world. Yeah? That's why I'm doing this, to stand up against the corruption and the terrible things that are happening that Brian said with the children of this country. Without the children, we have no future. And without the common law, without the constitution, we have no justice in this country. So it's down to every single one of us to take heed of what's happening. We have limited time now. We have 3.5 months to sort this out. Yeah, and we can do it. It's not over by a long shot. And a lot of us guys, we dedicated our lives to this, and we are not going to go down without a fight. Now we want this peaceful. The Lawful Rebellion movement is a peaceful movement, but we are not going down without a fight. Now. It's time for us to finish now because we have to pack up and stuff. So I'd just like to ask you, please, if you can afford to donate, and I hate asking for them, but if you can, please, just a little bit so we can cover the poor and stuff. And thank you all for coming. And thank you to the speakers. Thank you.
Alright, everybody in the world that was listening to ET First Contact Radio, thank you, and thank you for listening. It was an amazing broadcast. It's going to be on YouTube, so thank you all the gentlemen and ladies that are here. Spread the word and make the world a better place.
Thank you very much, Sandy.
Thank you.
I've seen so much sorrow, I can see what you've done. There's an angry crowd before you, shouting as one. How you forget about tomorrow.